Alright guys, welcome in, welcome back. Hopefully this thing will run, man. I've been having all kinds of tear. Give it a let me pause it. Shit. And like I'm still having technical difficulties. But anyway, check out these radar signatures that I picked up as the storm was coming in. You know, it was just, I'm the little blue dot right there on the far left. The storm come in, and before it got there, man, they pulsed it like crazy, and it just fired up into like a giant hailstorm, and all the wind was going the wrong way. I mean, it was freaky. There wasn't nothing normal about that storm, but I got tons of killer footage on it that I'll get uploaded tonight sometime. Let me jump over to the regular scene here. Yeah, I couldn't get nothing working last night. We got storms coming in right now. Like, I don't even know how long we're going to get to stream. Here we are looking at the radar loop right now, and I am right about right here where my mouse is, if you can see that. And these storms are headed this way. I'm on a satellite internet, so it's only a matter of time. I think that's a military base right there, but there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. Just looking at this right now. Let me zoom in on this. So you got two different, you got the inflow that starts out about where I'm at, and it goes up right over the military bases. But then you get a secondary outflow. Like, these storms don't make sense. Like the storm I was in Friday, and then another outflow. The winds were going the opposite way of the storm. Even when the storm passed, all the clouds were being sucked towards the east. I mean, they were, or towards the west. Nothing made sense. Nothing makes sense right now. It's just all freaked out. But anyway, we'll get into this here in a minute. Let's jump into a couple things. So the Great Lakes has achieved high water levels again. You can take a look at some of these amounts. Lake Superior is plus 16 inches. Lake Huron plus 32 inches. Lake Ontario plus 33. Lake Erie plus 32. Lake Michigan plus 32. And now we're all getting inundated with more rain right now. Let me see if I can get these to, like, I'm having all kinds of computer glitches here. So now this paper come out, cold outbreaks are not caused by global warming. Global cooling, you know, I'm not going to get into this. This is something I had up yesterday. I tried to leave all these tabs up and to see if I could get them back up tonight here. So now they got more land grabs going down here in Australia. So the Flora trigger map prompts backlash from farmers who feel it will lock up their land. And I'm going to show you why these people, the NWO, is trying to take everybody's land. We're going to get into that right now. This is what I was talking about, the One World Trade. Let me zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can maybe see it a little better. It's the Inter-Bering LLC, the Bering Strait Tunnel and Railroad Construction Investment Corporation. Now this railroad, it's going to go all the way to China. Here's the map of the train tracks. You wonder why we're having land grabs, wonder why we're having fires. If you follow these tracks, they go right up through the fire zones in BC, Alberta. They go underneath the Bering Strait. It's going to be in the U.S., state of Alaska, Canada, Russian Federation, Siberia, and China, and a tunnel connection between them under the Bering Strait. They got all the maps. So the Bering Strait tunnel is going to be 64 miles each tunnel. Total of 2 multi-railroad tunnels, plus a distance not less than 5 miles inland on each coast. So these things aren't going to start right at the water. They're going to start 5 miles in on both coasts. I mean, they got this technology. They can bore holes under the ground. There's mega military bunkers and stuff underground throughout all the countries. So, you know, most of the conventional railroads in North America are about 1,767 miles. Conventional railroads in Asia's 2,392 miles. So the link to China is going to be 3,000 miles. You know, this is part of the new world order, the one world government, one world everything. So the Asian railroad link, 450 billion. That's an average of 150 million per mile. The link to China is going to be around $240 billion. Alaska, Canada railroad construction up to 30 billion. 15 million per mile. Who's paying for this? Well, we are. It's gonna create 50,000 to 80,000 jobs, but you'll never meet anybody that works on this thing. Hey, thanks out there, Super Chat. Much love out there. So they're calling for up to 100 million tons of freight traffic, or 8% of the world freight cargo each year between Europe, Russia, China, and Japan, South Korea, Canada. So instead of shipping it across the oceans, they're going to want to use this Bering Strait tunnel. So, I mean, this is all the crazy stuff in here. And this shows you where it's going to link, man. It's going to go all the way from El Paso, from the east, all the way across. And then pretty much it's going to cover the world. There will be not be able to connect to a landmass. You know, I'm sure this is going to come up through Australia too, up to South America. They're going to make it all where each landmass is connected. So that's why I call this the one world train. I mean, you can dig in on these links and just find out all kinds of crazy stuff on this. This is what it's going to look like. You got the trains in a double layer for cars and freight. Pretty nuts, man. You never hear nothing about this on the mainstream. I mean, you got to dig for this stuff. So yeah, pretty crazy. Check this out. The interbearing. Here, I'll post this link in the chat. That way, if you guys want to look at it and check it out. And I'll also post it in the description here. Let me get that in there. There we go. It's in the show links. So yeah, this is, you know, when they're giving you this propaganda about the wars and all that stuff, man, they're all working together on everything. They're working together on the weather warfare. They're working together on the one world government. It's all coming. So we had this crazy, these orbs coming out over Kansas. You know, and the National Weather Service is playing dumb about it. We honestly have no explanation for the floating objects over Kansas City. 2 small white spears above the Anvil Shield. Another farther north may have a better view. Well, we got a video of this. Some people think they're the Project Loon balloons, but they're not. They haven't ran no projects in years. Some people say it's DARPA. You know, who knows? It's not aliens. So I do have a clip here. Let me find the clip of the actual orbs here. This is coming from Clint Banning here. I'll put these links into the show links too. I didn't get a chance to do it before we started here. All right, let me play this. Now this should already be loaded. We shouldn't have to wait on nothing. And you can definitely see the chemtrails in the
here at Marvin's house, and there are two lights up here in the sky. We can't figure out what they are.
Plane coming by.
There's a plane going right by this one. You see the white dot there? It just flew right over it, and he's getting ready to go by right the next one. There is. He's getting ready to go right by it. It is right. Right now, it's right in the middle of that cloud. It's right there.
And it's buffering.
You can see that dot.
You don't hear them talking about the chemtrails. They're not talking about these synthetic clouds.
It looks like a balloon.
Wow, I can't believe this is buffering on a little short video here. Let me pause it for a second. Yeah, I've actually seen quite a few UFOs, but like this isn't UFOs.
But it ain't moving. The clouds are moving, but it's not. If it was a balloon, it should be moving while the clouds are moving.
I think it's moving the other direction.
Alright, bye. Dang.
That is super weird.
Now look at the cloud formation right there. That's pretty crazy right there. These are all fake synthetic clouds. They're not talking about that. They're talking about the ores, which I would be too, but I'd also be talking about the chemtrails in the sky. They're being poisoned. And right after this is when the freak storms happen.
Yeah.
Look, you got off and on spring.
They're not moving though. That plane was underneath it too. Alright, here comes another airplane. Let's see, like.
So you have off and on spraying. You got planes laying down grid patterns all over the sky.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Oh my God, baby, I love you. Yes. The end is near. Let's go.
They are higher than the cloud.
Alright, let me go ahead and just stop that. That's not working very good. Anyway, so I did a little digging. It was looking at all the different things, and they were coming out saying this was the where was I got probably a different article here. Well, here's one I didn't even notice here. The mysterious bright white dot in Butler County area may be a Department of Defense program, and they're saying this could be a DARPA thing, but everything I looked at on this stuff is was old. Like this program, this Project Loon, that hasn't been going since 2017. Now what it could be is these expanding internet connectivity with stratospheric balloons. So this stuff is kind of not new technology, but you know, they got the all kinds of the panels and everything on there, which that didn't look like they did, but he may not have had a good sensitive enough camera to pick it up. I mean, I don't know what they are. I'm just saying this is some of the stuff that I come up. And you also see this Project Loon stuff. They come out with this article on the 26th of January, but they don't look nothing like, you know, what we're seeing there. It could be that, I guess, but all these programs were ran way earlier. And then they also have the new surveillance tools coming to the U.S. skies. An Arizona company hopes to sell access to miners, railways, and pipelines. Legal experts fear its low cost will spell the end of privacy. So these are some more of the surveillance balloons that are up in the skies. And you could track these things on the Flight 24 radar. But what I'm saying is on this one, if I can find the damn article here, yeah, they're saying DARPA launched some balloons, and then they're saying people started seeing UFOs, but these can't be the balloons that DARPA released, because they released them in Maryland, which is way out in the east, and there's no way they would have flew against the currents and over Kansas City. So that's just not even a, wow, that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, just pretty strange, but I found all kinds of weird articles on this stuff, and that's when my computer froze up yesterday, so I didn't really read into a bunch of this stuff. But yeah, here was the Project Raven Aerostar. You see, all this stuff is from like 2017. None of this is new. All old stuff. So it's hard to say what they were. I'm sure it will come out eventually. At least I haven't found it. I didn't get a chance to look today too, but tons of things it could be. And here's another thing it could be. Gaza terrorists improve arson balloon technology. Alright, let me get rid of all them, and then we'll jump into some other things here. Man, I had a bunch of links up on that. Alright, yeah, I don't want to report on this one right now. Yeah, here was the DARPA balloon, the adaptable lighter than air. But there's like no information on it. I mean, this is it. This is all the information. A balloon can fly at altitudes of more than 75,000 feet. And they do not have independent propulsion. So there's no way the DARPA balloon flew from Maryland over Kansas City. And like, here's how my night went yesterday. Here's the same map that I had loaded that I was trying to figure out what was going on with the storm. Look, it's just froze up. I can't do anything. It's still froze up. It won't let me do anything. I was going back trying to document from the beginning of the storm. I downloaded all the GIF files, or tried to, and it froze up on this one, and it still froze. So let me get out of there. Alright, so here we are looking at the map right now. Let's go ahead and check to see if there's any kind of watches here. We did have a tornado warning in Pueblo, Colorado, but I think that was about an hour ago. Hail, up to 2-inch hail. Yeah, they're calling for like mega hail tonight. So I'm just kind of checking this out. So the storms are popping up at night instead of the heat of the day. I mean, look at these things blowing up at night. So yeah, the storms are not. Let's go ahead and check let me get a tab up with the radars. Yeah, I haven't got to look into that. I've seen something quick little on that, something about a earthquake or something went off, something about radiation coming. I haven't looked at any of that. Maybe we can see something on the Earth Null or on some of the other. I may have to go to an overseas program to check that out. Oh man, that's not where I wanted to go. Dang it. See if I can go back. Hey, thanks out there, Lead, much love, and Bamboo. Alright, where do I want to go here? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Everything is manipulated, like everything. There's nothing natural anymore. The weather's damn sure not natural. And they're just keep on bringing in all the evil crazy satanic stuff, trying to make what's right, wrong, what's wrong's right, what's up's what's down. I mean, they got everything all messed up. And it's getting old. That's why people need to put the phones down and get ready. Otherwise, it's not going to stop. So really, this first storm should have come through and stabilized the air. And that was a freak storm itself. So these storms are fired up over the exact same places over and over. They're looping right up, right down the Missouri River. They just got the lake here is down. I mean, look, they got every radar turned down. They wanted that storm to flow on through. You can see they're turning the radars off as the storms approach. So that same system's going to rain all the way down in Florida. So we're going to get wave after wave. Hey, thanks there, Jacqueline. Much love out there. So here, let me put the watches and warnings on. I know we're supposed to be getting like up to 2-inch hail tonight. They're all weapons against the people, us. Man, look at that crazy stuff going on up in the northeast. It looks like it's raining from the north, that was weird spotty looking stuff. So there was our tornado warning. Yeah, so that storm that pops off here in a second, man, it had different inflows and outflows. The storm's not even making sense. These storms are coming straight out of the military bases. All right, so that's pretty good on that. It's all documented. The terrorism is documented. All right, we'll give that a minute to load. Now, I heard there's some air quality alerts for Arizona, like really bad. Let's bring up the Earth null. See what's going on with that. The ship tracks are back. They're back out there. Checking the wave heights, nothing major here. Still looking to see if they're going to create the El Nino. And no, but man, look at the heat up here. Right where the railroad's going in. Maybe they're melting the ice to get this railroad in. Maybe will help burrowing the tunnels underground. Really, man, there is no El Nino forming whatsoever. And it's like really cold here off the coast of Africa. And you got a little bit of heating there in the Atlantic. But look right here. Here's the most heated spot on the planet. Is up around the Bering Strait off the coast of British Columbia. And in the Pacific. So we have super heat anomalies up there. Now let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide. See if we're picking up anything out of the ordinary over here. Not really, just some fires up there in Russia. Here's our fires in Arizona. Fires up in Alberta, Canada. And the East Coast is all looking pretty toxic. Actually, everybody's got some pretty bad air quality right now. It's really bad there in Arizona. And looking at the carbon dioxide, yeah, it's still pretty high there off the west coast, high off the east coast. All right, so that's all. Go ahead and check the PM 2.5s. There's that anomaly still there. There's a crazy anomaly right there in between the Bajas. You know, we know that's a fire. That's a fire, but what is this? Hopefully I get more time tomorrow to be able to dig into some of this stuff. What's going on over here in Florida? Let me back that up. When was that earthquake there? Just kind of back this up, see if anything emanates out. Not too bad. Alright, we're probably good with that. Let me bring that over here. So somebody sent me this toxicity of the nanoparticles, nanotechnology in coefficient construction materials, processes, and applications. Nanoparticles have the ability to enter the respiratory system and ultimately kill the cells. They can penetrate the cellular membrane and cause damage. Airborne nanoparticulates, when inhaled and ingested, enter the circulatory system and organs and cells and affect cellular processes, leading to disease. Nanomaterials used in construction, a mixture of metals, metal oxides, and carbons. Due to their minute size, nanoparticles can be inhaled or ingested in the primary organs such as the lungs and stomach respectively, and from there they can translate to secondary organs. The nanoparticles are small enough to pass through the lungs into the circulatory system, becoming systemic. So yeah, nanoparticles are nasty. These small nanoparticles can interact with proteins and disturb cellular signaling. The misfolding of specific protein is related to the appearance of amyloid type structures, which are found in neurodegenerative disease. Nanoparticles affects cell metabolism and produces DNA damage, genotoxicity, and cell death. So it's all bad stuff, for sure. Alright, so here we are looking at the worldview. We can see they prepped the sky. For these storms today. Could have been a blue sky today, but nope. they had to ruin it. Yeah, we had a lot of tree damage. Not us particularly, but the area that got hit by these storms, and now they're getting hit again. Same areas. Yeah, see, they cloud seeded all this. All of it was cloud seeded beforehand. And you can follow the weather just by the seeding operation. So what's going on down here in Baja? So we got that crazy signature. It was a high PM 2.5. See if we can get this to load up a little better. See if there's any kind of fire down there. Definitely chemtrails. Yeah, the stream is not. Oh, it's back in the green. All right. Yeah, it was. We can definitely see the fires over here in Arizona. But what is making this weird flume over here? The poison particulate flume. Let me go back a day, see if it makes a difference here. And it's not going to load for us. Alright, so we'll move on. And look, the ships are out here, back out here. Let's add in the layer so we can see them. Bring up to 7.7 microns. Hopefully it'll load. Every night it's just a crapshoot. We try to get it to load, see if it'll load. Yeah, it could be undersea volcano. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to dig. I just didn't have a lot of time. And with all these computer glitches and phone glitches and stuff, it's making it a little tough to do research. So yeah, we can see our ships. Not as many of them out here, but they're definitely back out here. Right up the coast of California, straight out. Between San Francisco and up in the border. Let me just see if there's any other ones out here. Not really seeing any. I mean, there could be some in this mess, which we can see on the Go 17. But yeah, there's just a few of them out here right now. Yesterday, I don't know. Day before, there was none. Day before that, there was like 100 of them out here. So you can see they're hitting the clouds with the microwaves, freaking them all out. Aerosols being deployed, same area. You know, they've been seeding here. Yep, and they're definitely seeding up in Washington. Look at this crazy spray job. So it's all drifting into a synthetic mess. So they're spraying in the south, spraying in the north, and then spraying right here. So it's a triangulated spray, and then they're pulling that moisture up through the Gulf of Mexico, and boom, you have storms. There's a spraying operation out here in the Gulf of Mexico right now. In fact, a big nasty one. Wonder what they're trying to create out here. Let's see if we can get the layers to load a little better. Yep, super grids. They were spraying grids all over. We can see the synthetic color of the clouds. These aren't even real clouds. These are all man-made. Have like a ladder spray over here. Yeah, hopefully I can get everything loaded, or what I'll probably do for the 16-day forecast tomorrow. Maybe I'll do the worldview map offline and try to get it all loaded good, pre-record that. That'll make it go a little bit better, because it just takes so long for the stuff to load. So the spraying operation actually started down here. Man, that really jumped. Look how fast. There was 2 spraying operations. So they really messed up the whole Gulf of Mexico fast. What do we got right there? Is that some kind of algae bloom out here? Is that an island? It's really sticking out. You got one big spray right over Cuba in the Bajas. Maybe they're trying to conjure something up out here, some kind of tropical disturbance. And look at the sprays over here in North Carolina. North Carolina's getting waxed. See if I can, this really sucks I didn't get these loaded beforehand. I had so many tabs out, computer wasn't working. Couldn't get the videos from the phone to the computer. Couldn't get web pages to load. They had a big fat liner. It all started like yesterday. I couldn't get nothing to work yesterday. We got big aerosols over Michigan, Ohio, Virginia, Wisconsin, Minnesota, all up to Canada. Yeah, everybody's getting hammered up here in the Northeast. New York's pretty clear. You got a little bit of fair weather clouds, but don't worry, it's probably coming. I mean, look at this spraying operation out here. What's that for? That's to send over to Europe. Let me go ahead and check the mimic. So no active storms right now. Yeah, they can make the aluminum nanoparticles really cheap, so it really don't matter. Yeah, that's a perfectly normal atmospheric river knot right there. So it looks like they're trying to keep the moisture away from California. Look, the atmospheric river is going the complete opposite way as it normally does. It's like they're blowing it towards the west. So either China and Japan and everybody's pulling the atmospheric river back over this way, or they are blocking it. That's actually really interesting that that's spinning off the wrong way. You got 90-degree angles over here. I mean, these things should be flowing, whipping around, you know, kind of like this one right here. They should all be swirling. I think we're in full geostorm mode already, because these should all be swirling clockwise, which you got some of them being pulled and twisted, and these should all be spinning counterclockwise. Am I looking at this right? Yeah, that's counterclockwise. Yeah, that's clockwise. Okay. But yeah, but the whole flow pattern should be going from east to west. And these are, you know, something's going on right here. So these are going opposite of these, even though they're at the same latitudes. Yeah, that's really strange. I wonder if I can get, since the Mimic 1 has went down, let me see if I can pull up an old, just anyone, see if I can get to the archive. See, this one hasn't been working since February. The last solar wind we got took this one out. But maybe we can pick up enough here to see what the flow looked like. Oh, I can get to the archives. Maybe they're hid. Wow, that took a while. Wow, they didn't keep any of the... It only goes up to 2013, whereas all the ones from last year and the year before... Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get this low. Let me check, see where the storm is on us. Probably need to refresh it. Just go ahead and refresh that. Alright, so 2013. Look, they deleted a bunch of it. They deleted the last like 7 years or something. That's pretty ridiculous that they deleted it because they know they changed something. Like they don't want people to see what they did. Alright, so I gotta download it. They don't even have the preview anymore. Yeah, I mean, they've always, you know, steered the rivers on the ground, and now they steer the rivers of the sky, man. It's just the way they are. About 20 seconds for this to load. Still in the green though, which is alright. Ten seconds left. Yeah, so they deleted the last 4 years, which I have, you know, quite a few that I have that I've documented. Now I'm going to have to move this from a different browser because it didn't go to the right browser. So let me take this, copy, see if I can paste it in here. We'll just see what, oh, they don't even give us the full view. It's not even the full thing, it's just the Atlantic. Wow, look, and they give us a beam coming off the VLF transmitter over here. Look at that. You know, this program did have a lot of stitching errors, but you can tell what's a stitching error and what's not. So, yeah, this isn't going to help us a whole lot. So this is from 2014, to, or right at the end of 2013 into 2014. Oh, and then I lost the, man, that sucks. Alright, that ain't going to help us at all. Guess we'll take a look at the aerosols being deployed here. Go ahead and close that one down. Wow, how's this one not loaded already? Yeah, they deleted all that data. I know I've been documenting it since I think 2014, 2015, around in there. So I know I got quite a few on my other hard drives, so I could always dig one up. I can't believe this thing isn't loaded, man. What's going on? Look, there's that same loop from 2 days ago. So Washington, Oregon, you're still getting hammered. That's probably all the smoke from the fires. Super spray there off the coast the East Coast. And all the storms are firing up in the exact same places every single day. I'm still not seeing what could cause that anomaly there off the Bajas. Wow, look at that tic-tac-toe. We got tic-tac-toe going on all over Washington, Oregon, British Columbia, the Pacific Ocean. So pretty blatant spraying operation out here. Like, they can't even hide it. I mean, there for a while they were trying to get sneaky about the spraying, but now they're just flat out doing it. They don't care. Yeah, so that thunderstorm, I just got a thunderstorm warning. It's coming here any minute. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call this a show. We'll get the 16-day forecast in tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it in early. Like we're just battling the time demons. Anyway, guys, get ready to rise up because we're going to have to, man. We can't let this stuff keep going on. Anyway, guys, much love. Turn it up. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Here we go.